What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do, beautiful people, my hustlers, my ballers, my soldiers. Welcome back to the Ricoxmafioso channel. I'm your man's Ricoxmafioso, aka the 50 Shades of Black, aka Mr. Get a fucking done. If y'all don't know that intro by now, make sure y'all go check out my past videos. I'm sure y'all gonna catch it, click it, and come back to this shit so y'all we can sing this shit along, motherfucker. I'm the big bro, I'm the uncle, I'm the little bro, whatever you wanna call me. I'm the motherfucker we're gonna be having a conversation with all 2025. By the thumbnail, by the title, y'all already know this shit, my G. Let's get into the fucking jit of shit. Alright, 5 things I wish my father would have told me. 5 things I wish he could have shared with me as a jit. You know, I'm sure he would have given layaway to these informations if I would have asked. But you know, nobody's perfect, and nobody can really foresee how a kid's gonna grow up in a society, especially my parents being, you know, first generation immigrants in Canada. So you know what? I ain't gonna hold this upon their heads, and you should not hold this shit upon your mother or father's heads either, because the next videos are probably gonna be registered by your boy. It's probably gonna be like 5 things I wish my mother would have, you know, warned me about. But this is about my father, because we are in a world where we lack a lot of masculine energy. So it's time to dive into this shit. All right. 5 things I wish my father would have told me as a young jit. Let's start off with number one, okay, guys? The first thing I wish my father would have warned me as a jit, as a young man, I wish he would have warned me about how nonchalant being a man is, and how people don't really give a crap about men in our society, in the world in general. We are providers, we are protectors, we are saviors, we are support, we are sacrificial lambs, we are everything you could fucking name. But at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter, because everything I just named is an act of service, or an act of provision, or act of protection, or brings some type of non-tangible value to society. So a man who only does things for himself and not for others in society is considered just not important. You're not doing the most that you could be doing, because if you would be doing the most, you'd be able to multiply whatever you have to be able to give out to others, not simply for yourself, which I generally don't think that's a good mindset to have. But this is what society has taught me. And again, that's the beauty about where I'm currently at today, me being a businessman, is I don't give a fuck about what really I think. I'm an individual who has a concept within my mind, and the only way I'm able to reassure myself that this concept is concrete is by going outside to the real world and proving it to myself that this equation actually works. Because again, like I said, who gives a fuck what I think if whatever that comes out of my mouth is not applicable to the real world? Because there's no point of being a man and being delusional. You can leave that for the ladies, because again, as a man versus a woman, we live in this realm extremely differently. And as a man, if you have not learned what I just told you, you're going to learn the hard way. And either way, learning the hard way is part of being a man and moving forward. So that's one thing I wish my father would have told me as a youngin. Number two, this is super important, because my father was always an athlete. He was a martial artist, and he was a swimmer, you know. But with time, with the family, with responsibilities, with his business and things of that nature, it comes to a point where you kind of have to put things to the side. And I think that he put his fitness, his physique, his mental wellness to the side to be able to, you know, take care of my mom and us, my sisters, my brothers, and the rest of his family, because my dad's the only guy here in Canada. So as my mom, the only person from her family here in Canada, so they had a lot of pressure on their shoulders to be able to perform here. So I can completely understand how they put things to the side. So I don't blame this one bit. but it is extremely important, especially as men, is that we understand the importance of being fit, being jacked, and being comfortable in your own skin. Talk about the nutritional aspect of things, because example would be one of the most important things is cardiovascular health, right? Hormonal health, right? Especially as men, these little subjects literally influence us and shapes our reality and our day-to-day. Example would be a person who is obese versus a person who is just in good shape generally will have different feedback from the world, meaning just not even from individuals yet. Just talk about how just your day-to-day life, you wake up, you have more energy, you have better cardiovascular, better way of sending O2 to all the organs, and how the blood flow is extremely important. Having an erection as a man is extremely important. If you have a very, very bad blood flow, VO2 max, that will affect everything that you do, from the way you get up in the morning all the way to the way you go to bed at night. And that's just your basic interaction between your organism and the world. But let's talk about socially. Example would be, have you ever seen how people react to those who are jacked, who are fit, who have six packs, who are muscular, versus those who aren't? Ladies favor men who are consistent, who take their health quite seriously. And it's bigger than that. It's the fact that once they get with you, they know that you're able to protect them, you're able to provide for them, and as well, not simply provide provision in the external world, like what I mean, like money and things of that nature, products, things of that nature. I'm talking about you're able to be a good sexual partner, and that's a very, very, very deep and big thing as us for us men, is how this influences our world. Is the moment you are comfortable within your skin, feel good, you look good, you have a good interaction with the world, and socially at the same time, your feminine counterpart appreciates you, you get to wake up in the morning with a whole different demeanor. And the fact that your temple is good, your psychology, your psychological is good, your spiritual is good. Eventually you come into this unison, this perfect unison. And once you have reached that, you become a high vibrating individual, meaning your frequency is going to be elevated. And once that is elevated, you'll be able to attract things, become so much more electrical, magnetically charged, that whatever you're able to really hone in on and focus, you're able to attract that. It's like pretty much you're the radio station, the frequency, you're the one putting out this sound. But the thing is, like, you're running at such a strong frequency, a higher frequency, a focused frequency, is that people, the world, can actually listen on that frequency and be attracted to it and come back all the way to the source, which is you. So being fit, being jacked, gents, there's no way you can go around it. And if you are not there, I highly advise you to contact me, and I will put you on that regime. I promise you. Give me 75 days. 75 fucking days, and I promise you, I will have you leaving as a fucking hero. You came in at a zero, you will be leaving as a hero. And trust me, your whole life, your whole mindset, your whole demeanor, just the way you walk into a room will change. I promise you that. So that's number two. Guys and ladies as well, make sure you take care of your physical. Please, 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 please. Number three, this is something I wish my father would have told me about, is the relationship I would have with women as a young man. Meaning, I wish he would have told me that most of the girls you were going to be entertaining are not going to be a good option for you. As a kid, as a youth, you always want to have fun. You're going to be turned up emotionally. When it comes to hormonally, you're going to be jacked up, meaning you're going to be going left, going right, mine's here, mine's there. You won't be able to stop, meaning that whoever you're going to be entertaining is only going to be in your life for a fraction of time. If my father would have told me that maybe I would have took a step back of how I would have treated my relationships. Maybe it would have been less serious, but at the same time, I'm not looking at it like that. I'm looking at it from a perspective of me saving myself emotionally, meaning that, you know what, focus on what actually matters, okay? Because the girls that you are currently entertaining at the age you are at are only going to be in your life for a splinter of time. And the, and if you're trying to find your wifey, you're trying to find an individual you can spend the rest of your life with. Again, this might not be the best advice that I just gave, but at the same time, you're going to be able to gauge and see all these fishes in the sea, and at the same time, not take every fish that you are fishing out of the sea extremely seriously. Some fishes are meant to be looked at, put on the wall. Hey, put on the wall if it's a very, very good fish. And you know, sometimes when it be put on the wall, it's not to keep it. Sometimes at one point you're gonna have to sell that motherfucker, that art in a garage sale or something. Somebody else needs to have that fish on the wall, okay? And some fishes you catch them, and you're like, all right, it's a beautiful fish. Let's put it back into the water. And sometimes you don't catch fishes at all, okay? So when it comes to the third advice, it's just, again, gents, don't take them too seriously. Focus on what you gotta focus on to be able to level up and proceed to the next place you would like to visit in life, or the next level you would like to visit in life, where you will have access to all these women again. Trust me, guys, the world is full of men and women. There's no way you're going to run out, okay? If you wanted to date a woman for every day for the rest of your life, you would have to be extremely competitive in the market, but it is doable. Just to tell y'all, don't break your mind with this, gents. Go out there and live your best life, but don't take it too seriously. And as well, add on top of that, it's just the fact that if you do put all your eggs in one basket and you fall in love with the first girl that gives you attention, uh, you're pretty much closing the gates to something that could possibly be better. And I know that we have what's that thing? The paradox of choice of paradox, or whatever. When you give a consumer too many options, he ends up not choosing anything at all. Um, yes, that may be possible, but at the same time, I really do believe that at the end of the day, if you want what you want, you will go for it. Um, Speaking about paradox, a choice, or choice of paradox, or whatever, um, just an add on to that conversation. Have any of y'all ever had your heart broken? And if so, an add on to that conversation, I wish my father would have told me about how your heartbreak would either make or break you. And that's an illusion, because heartbreak for men will make you, will literally make you. A heartbreak for a man, and I'm talking from a perspective, a man perspective, because I am a man, and I'm talking to probably a bunch of men over there across the internet. So if you have gotten your heart broken, okay, that is one of the most intense moments a man goes through emotionally, which will develop a thick skin, a way to look at the world for what it truly is, and not through rose color lenses. And which is nothing wrong with that. If you're gonna wear shades, wear them. Take them off as tools, put them on, but don't think that life is really like the way it is when you have your rose colored lenses on, because it is not. Okay? So you're going to become emotionally intelligent, because you're going to have to go through a range of these emotions that you have never ever felt before, which a broken heart, falling in love is a thing within itself. A broken heart is another thing within itself, which develops character. So count yourselves amongst those who are favored in this world by the Most Highs to feel these type of emotions, because these frequencies are so high, so intense, that if you know how to transmute things, this is where most individuals change their lives forever. A lot of guys actually start going to the gym once they get their first breakup, once they get their first heartbreak. They don't know what to do. They only tell, and then the thought of comes to themselves of, all right, I can't stay here. I have to become the best version of myself to make that person jealous, or to become extremely competitive and get even better women than I had previously. So, I really would like you gentlemen to take this as a challenge. You guys are the G's. You guys are some motherfuckers who don't quit. So if that has happened to you, just know that you are not alone, okay? You are not fucking alone. But that's the thing that actually got me here today. And fun fact is that if you take your time and you don't pop that bubble and you keep it keep it pushing, at the end of the day, I'm telling you this, it's going to get to a point where your ex is going to see who you are and what you have become or what you are becoming, and they will try to reach out, or they will try to get back into your circle, or they will eventually, keep an eye on you for later. I remember a few months ago, my ex actually called me out of the blue after how many fucking years, asked me this question, that question. And the thing is, I'm on all social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, all that good shit. I'm on all platforms. So you can't lie to me saying you don't know where to find me. You knew what my old social media was. You knew what my old Facebook was. How the hell did you even add me on Snapchat? So you've been watching. So all these conversations that we had a couple of weeks ago, trying to, break the ice a little bit because we haven't talked in years. I already knew your people that you're in a circle with know what I'm doing, so you already got ears and eyes on me. So, and that's a fun little lesson, guys. I know that shit's gonna sting, but keep it peak, keep it pushing, keep it gangster, and I swear to God, you're gonna come up on top. And especially if you listen to everything I've just told you, you're going to come out on top, winning, swinging like a motherfucker. I'm telling y'all, okay. Um, On to the next advice. Um, by the way, y'all know that this is straight from the cabeza, straight from my heart and right to y'all. No rehearsals, no scripts, no editing. So I'm here having a conversation with you G's. All right, so on to the next one. Number 4. Um, I wish, especially, this is specific to me and might be specific to some of you gents who grew up in the hood, okay? I wish, or if you didn't grow up in the hood, it doesn't really matter, but this is going to be great advice for every gentleman, any age, because I was lucky enough to get out of it, so I say God bless and share this with y'all. All right, number 4, guys, is the streets aren't fucking loyal. The truth is, a lot of individuals go through life. Well, not a lot of individuals, a lot of youth come out of school. They don't have guidance. Where I'm from, a lot of people are from the hood, so let's just say that they don't have the right influence and to be able to make the right decisions to leave the situation that they're in. A lot of housings, especially in Alberta, in the hood, you're surrounded by a bunch of individuals who are poor, who are immigrants, people who have to find a way to make money under the table, meaning that eventually it gets to a point where you can have to make the decision of how you want to live your life. And a lot of people that I knew in the hood decided to go the criminal route. You know what I mean? Including myself at the beginning, which is extremely shitty to talk about like this. But transparency, this is what we're here for. And iron sharpens fucking iron. And like I said, the streets don't give two shits about you. The gang you decided to be part of don't give two shits about you. The people you're making money with right now, doing all that stupid shit, don't give two shits about you. The moment the police shows up, the moment y'all it's time, somebody's in trouble, the moment it's time to yap and to clean off your own skin, dust yourself off because you know what, shit's getting hot. I promise you, everybody's going to fucking clean their own skin and throw you under the bus. I've seen this countless times. Countless, 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 countless. Yeah, but I thought he was my boy. Yeah, but we gang together. Gang, gang. But yo, we made money together. But yo, this is plug. This is the Kents. Look at me when I say this, and this is one thing I would really, really would wish for y'all to avoid out of a lot of things, because like again, the world we live in, nothing's perfect. But if you're gonna have to make decisions, hard, rash decisions, to be able to come out winning, you got to do it. And these are one of the lessons I wish my father would have told me as a youth, because I wish it so many times. I got jumped so many times. I've the Glock, the barrel to my head so many times. I had so many traumatic experiences. The people that I thought had my back betrayed me. The fact that your boy's not in prison, locked up, or still doing that kind of stuff, I say God bless. God bless, God bless, God bless, God bless, and God bless you too, because we're meant for great things. And sometimes we become a product of our environment. So you're stronger than that, okay? And I repeat, remember, there's no honor amongst thieves, okay? No matter what they're try to tell you, persuade you, or have you thinking or belief, trust me, there's no honor amongst thieves. And I wish my father would have told me that, but you know what? God bless, because hey, the world brought that straight to me in the lesson, in the way that I needed to understand it, which was a very extremely harsh lesson. So hopefully y'all can learn this shit right here, and you can avoid extremely harsh lessons that I had to go through. Last thing, actually, fuck it. Number 5, and the last thing for this segment right here is I wish my father would have told me, or would have brushed me up a little bit more on financial literacy, financial freedom, how to listen to money, how to attract money, how to speak to money. Because if you understand how or why America runs the way it does, you would understand the word trust. I see this a lot. Trust me, fam. Trust me, I got this. Trust me, you got that. But the biggest trust is treasury. So if you're able to understand a little